I'll wear my dumb hat for this one.
Your hat's not dumb.
Well, thank you. I think it is. It doesn't have a brain in it, except for when I put my head in. What are we doing, Stacy? Mildewing?
We are dropping a package off to a friend of mine.
So we're just waiting here.
Yes.
And
we're waiting.
Is that them?
Yes. They're on their way.
Okay. So should we start our video yet, or?
What are we going to do today?
I thought you were going to talk about your surgery.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got on the scales today, and I'm down another 2 pounds, so brings my total weight loss to... you broke it. Brings my total weight loss down to 68 pounds since I've started this whole journey, which has been a year in the making. Feeling great. I feel good. I feel like I can...
What exactly did you have done?
For those of you who don't know, I had gastric bypass surgery done in June. For my insurance, I had to go through like 6 months of diet and exercise to where I had to lose at least 1 pound a month, you know, just so they could see that I was serious about it. And I also had to go through a bunch of testing. I had to have my heart tested, my lungs tested, I had to have a sleep study, I had scope done of my esophagus and my stomach, and just a lot of stuff that I had to go through, which I feel good about. Like, they didn't just cut me open and do the surgery. They, you know, made sure I was healthy enough for the surgery and whatnot. So, so.
What were your reasons for having the surgery?
Mostly health reasons. I wanted to be healthier. I had high blood pressure. I had acid reflux. There's a family history of early heart disease in my family and stuff, so I just wanted to kind of try to make myself healthier. I was borderline diabetic, like my fasting sugars were kind of high, like borderline, and I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to be able to stay alive longer for my kids and my grandkids, and this guy right here, he's lost without me.
And I'm going to live a long time.
Yeah, he's going to live a long time, so I got to be able to live just as long as he lives.
I'm willing it for myself. I'm going to live a long time.
So, and I teach preschool, and I needed to have a little more energy and be able to move around. And
boy, howdy, those guys are rambunctious.
Yes, they are.
They got all kinds of energy.
They do.
You give them a little bit of sugar, it goes a long way. They're like little bitty diesel engines, aren't they?
They are. So, you know, not only did I want to look better, but I just really, really wanted to feel better. And diet and exercise in the past has always been difficult. I'd get to a stalemate, like I'd only lose so much, and then I wouldn't lose anything more, and it was always frustrating. And you know, going through this process, I realized that it's a scientific process of losing weight, and that I was at the point that I was morbidly obese, and that this was a tool that I needed to be able to lose the weight, because without it, then I wouldn't be able to lose as much as I really wanted to. You know, you can do all the fad diets and everything, but I mean, and it's a lifestyle change too. I mean, I still had to change how I eat and what I eat, just because, let me tell you, my little pouch is very sensitive now.
We just stopped at a lemonade stand because we try not to pass up a lemonade stand when kids are selling lemonade or something like that. And you just had a sip and it aggravated you, right?
Yeah, just a little sip of the lemonade. I just wanted to taste it, and it apparently has way too much sugar, because my stomach is like really nauseous right now. And I have to be careful with how much I eat, because sometimes.
So it's kind of crazy doing like a food review thing after you're having this surgery.
It is, but I've found, you you take small bites of stuff, and I have to chew it up really good. It's another thing, if I don't chew my food up really good, it aggravates my stomach. It makes me feel sick, and it makes a pain because it kind of stretches my pouch a little bit. So,
Which is your stomach.
Yeah,
your stomach
which is my
pouch.
stomach. It's been a journey and a process, but
what are some of that's kind of a negative thing, the dumping syndrome. What are some positive things that you've experienced just in this short time? And I imagine that we're going to do some other follow-up videos too, right?
Right. Some of the positive, I've learned how to eat right. My taste buds have changed. I crave more of the fruits and vegetables now. I want those because
which is good.
Those are really, really easy on my stomach. My body, kind of craves the stuff that I'm supposed to have.
What about physically? Can you feel like...
Oh, physically, I feel so much better. I feel like I can do more. I feel like I have more energy. I don't feel as sluggish and lazy and fatigued like I used to. I know you can attest to this.
Yeah, bike rides, you've definitely gone farther. You've walked farther than you've ever have when we've gone for trail walks.
I'm doing more around the house.
Yeah, you're up constantly. Let's take a break. Okay, we've moved a little bit. Had to drop off our package. We were talking about what you do. You're doing more around the house. You're able to do more around the house. You're able to do a lot more things physically.
Right.
Obviously, your clothes size is changing. And anything else that you would want people to know if they are going to have this done?
You just have to be disciplined. You have to be aware of yourself. You have to do it for the right reasons. You have to be prepared for relationships to change within your family, because it's not just your weight that's changing. Your mindset will change too as you lose weight. Like, I've become more confident, and I'm a little bit more what's the word? I'm more confident in myself, so I'm a little bit more upbeat, and just my mental health has been better too. So you have to be aware of those things. You might have people around you who might resent you for becoming thinner and healthier, for losing the weight, and you have to be prepared for those kind of things. I don't think I've really ran into anybody like that yet, but you do you do get questions. Wasn't that just the easy way out? And I'm like, if you knew what you had to go through to get to that point, it's not the easy way out. It really isn't. It's a complete and total...
It's hard, right? It's physically painful.
Yeah.
And it kind of puts a stop for your discipline. Like, your body tells you to eat. Your body tells you to crave these foods that we have in the modern world that are full of sugar and fat. That's the hard thing, to do it the natural way. The hard thing doing it your way is that your body says nope, no more, right? And that's painful.
It is. It is painful. I'm probably barely getting 600 calories a day, if I'm lucky. But the stuff that I'm eating, though, is better for me, so I don't notice.
Yeah, we don't eat Big Macs every day and the snacks every day.
Yeah. It's I'm eating a lot more fresh vegetables and fruits and stuff, and just and the stuff that I am eating, it's a lot smaller portions too, so I'm not taking in as much.
And it's also allowed you the opportunity to be more active, right?
Yes.
Like that's one of the changes that has happened, is that by losing weight, you can go farther and you can exercise a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
From my point of view, my concern with you going into this was that, something was going to go wrong with surgery, first off. And my second concern is that you were not going to get the nutrition that you need. And that's a big part of this, is you have to watch what you eat. You have to make sure that you're getting the nutrition that you need, especially since you're not getting that many calories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the biggest thing that they want me to get in is my protein, and to make sure that I have to stay under a certain amount of sugars per meal, which is like 15 grams of sugar per meal and snack. So, I mean, that
generally
can be harder than you think.
Generally, when we're trying things, you don't eat but 1 or 2 bites of something, and sometimes you spit that out, that we edit that out.
Yeah.
So that you just get the taste of it. Mainly what we're doing is tasting the things.
Right.
And you have to eat more often.
Yes.
Is another aspect.
And I have to set timers to eat because of the gastric bypass, of taking my stomach from the size that it was to like the size of an egg. It cuts out that part of the stomach that has the hormone that controls your hunger, that tells you that you're hungry. So I don't ever feel hungry, and which can be a bad thing, because I probably could go days without really eating, but that's not good for me either. So
No.
I have to set timers that will tell me it's time to eat.
How do you feel like you're doing with your diet right now?
I feel like I'm doing fairly decent. There's more. I wish I could eat more, but my stomach's still getting used to stuff. So not like more in quantity, but more in variety. So it's a hit or miss on certain days, but as long as I have my protein drinks and protein bars around, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I can try something. Oh, that didn't work. We'll try again in a week or two. That's just all it is. It's kind of working your way back up to eating food. And because I have a friend who did this. She's a year out, and she eventually did work up to, like, she can eat a lot of the same stuff she was eating before, just only it's still at 4 or 5 bites maybe, and then she's full. So but it took a little bit to work up to that. Get your stomach.
And this being able to do this inspired you, right?
Yes.
For your friend. That inspired you, and you've inspired someone else that it's actually possible, and that you might need to search or take a good look at your insurance and see if your insurance covers something like this, because you didn't think that it would, but you went and did the research and found out that
it actually does.
It did cover your surgery. So that's another way it's affected our lives. It's inspired other people, and I don't want to be too descriptive, but this has kind of saved another friend's life.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about that, or do you want me to edit this out? Should we say that?
I mean, she
not taking credit for saving her life, but
right.
The inspiration.
But when I was working with her at the time, and I'd said something about I'm going to do this, and she said that she'd always wanted to do it. So she actually, started. She got us appointment set up and everything, and we did it together because we're like, oh, we'll do it together and we'll encourage each other, which is really great. And then she went in to have her surgery, and then they found a mass in her kidney that probably wouldn't know that it's there she probably still wouldn't know it was there if she wasn't having the surgery. And got that taken care of, and then now she'll be able to have her surgery probably sometime in October or February.
Unfortunately, it was benign.
Yeah,
we will ask her first before we post this. If not, I'll edit it out. Get her permission for us to talk about it because I don't want to infringe on her.
Right. But, so, there's that, because one friend inspired me to do it, and then I talked about it, and, another friend was like, oh, if you're doing it, we'll do it together,
and that's why we're doing this video, so maybe it can inspire someone else. Even if they don't have gastric bypass, they are aware of the pros and cons. It might not be for everybody, or it might not. We just hope that it's inspirational and helpful.
Yeah, I originally went in to talk to the doctor about having the sleeve done, which is where they cut your stomach away. It's not as small as what they do at the gastric bypass. They just cut the stomach, because gastric bypass is a little bit more entailed with cutting the stomach to a pouch of an egg and then rerouting part of your intestines and everything. That was my goal. I was originally wanting to do the sleeve, but the doctor had said because of my acid reflux was so bad, he said that 9 times out of 10 those who get the sleeve with the acid reflux end up coming back for a revision and getting the gastric bypass, because it can tend to make the reflux worse, where the bypass, it kind of takes that reflux away altogether. So that's why I went with the bypass.
Do you think there's any other information we need to put in here? Maybe we should just open up the floor for if someone has questions or something like that, because we're probably going to visit this again in the future if anything changes, right?
Right. Yeah, I'd be glad to answer anybody's questions to the best of my knowledge and ability of what I've gone through.
If you ask a question and we don't get right back with you, we will try to get to everything promptly. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Is there anything else we need to say about this?
I don't think so. It's the best decision I've made, I feel like.
Like I said, I was reluctant before, but I'm happy for you and the changes that it's making in your life, and it hasn't been a bad thing yet. So let's end this for now. It looks like it's going to be another 20-minute video. Then we'll revisit it later.
Okay.
Get out.
Have fun.